Okay. Hello, hello. Are people in? Are people in? Probably not, but you know, that's just me. That is just me. That is going crazy. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Alright. Oh my god. So today is a cool day, as you can see from the title. We are going to be building the one and only split keyboard that I own because, you know, I just received it. It is the QK Duo, which is going to be a crazy thing, but I also have some keycaps that I have on the side, so we're going to take a look at that as well. However, the crazy part is I did order it to be... Oh, jeez, why is it louder? What is going on with that music? Yeah, there we go. And yes, there we go. Holy moly. Yeah, so the music is a little lower than normal. And there we are. Looks like we're good. No dropped frames or anything. We're good. We should be fine. All right. There we go. Let's get here. Make sure everything looks good. And everything is fine. All right. So we should be fine. All right, we're good. All right, there we go. Anyways, we are going to be building the QK Duo, but we are also unboxing some keycaps because I did get some keycaps and I did get some, guess what? Switches. Woo! We'll start with the switches actually. Let's start with the switches. Boom. All right, let's go through that. Okay. Boom, as you can see, this is going to be some really crazy switches. So these are some lower pitch switches. These are what they call it. These are called... Don't you dare. These are called the Blue Cheese V2 switches. And I completely forgot they're not tactile. I personally like the tactile feeling, but so far, any of the switches most people review are linears, and it's crazy. So, Keyblade Tech is pretty cool. So that's where I got one of the, what's it called? It's where I got the keyboard, and because I wanted to try out these switches, it gave me an excuse to get it from there. These are the Blue Cheese V2. These are some crazy good looking switches. I don't like how they look, mostly because they're blue. I know I don't like buying blue things and blue in general. It is a crazy thing. However, we have this, and I don't know what this is, but as you can see, the red is a little brighter than normal, but that is par for the course for these types of for this camera. And then it has a silver top, but this is going to be a higher pitch one, for example. Meanwhile, this one, so this is lower pitched. That's all you can really tell out of those two. So lower pitch, higher pitch. Higher pitch tends to sound a lot louder than normal, but there it is. So you got that, and I think they expected us to use it as a pocket, which is why I received two. So I got one, and there is one more in here. Yes, there is indeed one more. There is one more in here. Boom, as you can see. So we have two. They are very smooth, which is really nice. And we have the Blue Cheese switches as well. This is slightly heavier, as far as I can tell, just by tap. Oh, I lied. This is lighter. The red ones are slightly heavier, and if I have it correctly, and if I put it back in here like I am supposed to, there should be quite literally a there it is. Boom. A blue cheese. They gave us blue cheese, so we have blue cheese with our blue cheese switches. And that's gonna be fine. All right, so we're gonna put these back here temporarily, and then we're gonna go with what's it called? We're gonna go with the keycap set first, and then we're gonna start building the keyboard. Woo! Okay, all right. Will admit, I kind of almost forgot to stream just a while ago. It was literally around 8:30, and then I went, oh my god, I'm supposed to stream. So I just scrambled, cleaned everything up, made sure I had everything and whatnot to be able to stream. Okay. Oh, fun fact. Today is the last day of the Pacific North exhibition, or Pan Pacific North exhibition. So that's the PNE. It's similar to something that happens in somewhere like Toronto, where I think they have the East Coast National Exhibition, where they go through and have rides. You know, it's a carnival, you got roller coasters and stuff. But that is what it is. That is what it is. And it is its own type of crazy. Don't get me wrong, it's its own type of crazy. Why is this slanted? Okay, so is it just the camera that's slanted? It might be the camera that's slanted. Boom. So I bought this. It did get kicked. I did open it beforehand, but it is a little different. So we're gonna pull this open. As you can see, so this one is a keycap set called Photog, and this is made by, there we go, Lazy Cat Studio. So it's made by Lazy Cat Studio, manufactured by Keeb Science or Keyboard Science, the usual made in China. I think this would be Keeb Science's logo. I can't tell where it is, but this is Photog Luna Base Plus Novelties. Boom. But I got everything out of it, so we're gonna go through it. So we're gonna open it up. I did open this up previously just so I know that everything's in there, and it was actually not very good. It was an absolute mess. Literally, keycaps flew everywhere, and part of it is because the box probably did get hit at one point. As you can see here, it got hit, and then what happened was it is slightly bowed, like on the inside. So there was just enough room for all of the things to just kind of keep wiggling, so on and so forth. All right, but I wanted to buy this keycap set because I'm into photography, and I didn't want it to run out, because I was going, oh, you know what, maybe I'll do it later in the year, and it's sold out. It's sold out. So I'm lucky that I bought this earlier instead of in December. And also, now I'm in savings mode. I was gonna buy a second Manta. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted the orange one so bad, but I did get a Manta. We're gonna have that sometime next year. But let's go open this up first, because right now we can't really spend too much things. But ooh, look at that. Look at that. So this is mostly a brown, very retro type key set. This is much brighter than it is. It is a darker red. And just to prove that this is a darker red and it's not actually that good, we can have the color toolkit that we can see here. So for example, you can see this. Right there, you see that? That is supposed to be a darker red. This is a pink, right? Oh, red violet. So red violet, it's a pink. No, because the red is bright, it becomes pinkish, right? And here's the thing, that is a darker red. This is also a darker red. This is darker than this, but they look like they're the same luminance, which is crazy. I don't know what's happening with these specific cameras, but it tends to make reds brighter. However, the crazy part is, this camera is worse. The front camera I have here, the face cam, look at that. Look, you can't even see the difference between orange, red, and red. Like, I can't see it on the screen. Like, there is no difference. However, if I go to this one, oh my god, there's something happening. You got this. So you can see the difference. There is a difference. Oh, can you? There is no difference. What? I was able to see a difference earlier. Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. What do you want? Hello? You do know I'm live right now, right? What do you mean? I stream at this time. Okay. Alright. Oh my god. But yeah, so like looking at this, so depending on the light, at least with this you can kind of see the difference with orange red and red orange, like as you can see. So boom, 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 right? Like you can tell that there's supposedly a difference happening. But with this camera, the front one, you just can't. Like there's, oh wait, there's a little bit, oh you can barely, oh there you go, you can barely see it. But no, it's very difficult to get it to show that color otherwise, and it gets overwhelmed with light regardless instead. So at least with this, you can get relatively decent color, and you can see the color difference. As you can see there, there's a color difference. But doing this, there's nothing. So reds are just being picked up crazily. This, like you see, this color of red, that makes more sense on that side. It is still like brighter than normal, same with this. But I'm trying to figure the mouse. Yes, exactly, the mouse. And it's crazy, it's great, it's amazing. So I do like this keycap set. So we're gonna go back up top. I do like this keycap set. We're gonna pull this out a little bit, showcase it a little. So here it is, and then I'm gonna come closer. Boom, now you can see some of them are actually translucent, right? Some of them are translucent. You can see right underneath that. Look at that. Look at that. Boom, translucent sections. It's amazing, it's great. So yeah, I do like that. The mouse, best color, delish color, 100%. Yes, the mouse has awesome coloration. All right, so same with the bottom here. So you got the novelties, as you can see, it is over there. Let me just remove that. So as you can see, we got a bunch of novelties. So we got Lazy Cat Studios, as you can see there. Boom, lovely, lovely. We got more cat photos, so if you're into cat photos. Boom. Right? And then we have the photography one. Yay! Boom. Ta-da! And then there's some more on the bottom where you get the caps lock and whatnot. But we're gonna pull that out a little later. Okay. So one of the cool things about this set is the secondaries for it, or the not the novelties. Not just the novelties, but the other colorway for it. So as you notice that there was a bunch of translucent keys. This, I believe, is the one. I hope this is the correct one. Open. There we go. Look at that. Look how lovely that looks. I like this. I wish I had this as a keyboard mat. Not gonna lie. Oh, ew. Ew, that sound. Alright. Not gonna lie. Alright, and then here is the opening. Boom. Skaboom. And then we're gonna open this up too. Whoa! Alright. So here's the translucent numpad and translucent novelties. So as you can see, it is pretty much just see-through versions of the rest of them. Right? So, around there. See? You can see right through them. Well, not right through them, but mostly through them. It is quite nice. I do like how they look, and I think they'll patina really well. The one thing I do like that it does have is that it includes, okay, spacebars. Spacebars! Spacebars! I do like the spacebars. I like that it has spacebars. There's the aperture, you have the camera, F and J and 5. Oh yeah, the ones with or without the nub. The nub. The tactile feel thing. So we're gonna put that back. And then we're gonna put this in as well. Okay. Boom. Let's show you the alphas in that colorway as well. Can you please grab this? Can you please work? Can you please like not screw me over? Can you please? Oh no. Here. Hey. Come on. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Okay, there we go. I pulled out a little. Oh my god. Why are these so stiff? There we go. Ugh. There we go. Push this through. Oh, by the way, we have cat cam today. Well, kind of a cat cam, as you can see. Cat is over here, chilling today. cat is chilling today. Oh, never mind. I lied. I mentioned cat and cat just went, oh my god, maybe not. All right. Oh. This one. Yeah, this one. Boom. Ta-da! Just so you can see the difference, as you can see, this is the normal brownish mocha color that we have, and then this is going to be the photo translucent section. I might actually take some of the keycaps from that set and then go with it, but I have a few things. One of the things I do wish I have is more black on white sets or white on black sets, and that should help in the future, but right now that looks like that is a good set to go with. All right, now here is my personal conundrum with this QWERTY Keys delivery box and whatnot. Does it have my stuff? I just realized. Okay, right, so here you go. Boom, we have the entire box, the QWERTY Keys delivery box. Woo! It's so big, it's so heavy, it's so hefty, it's crazy. Here's the downside. I ordered a wrist rest. Did we ever have a red and gold set? Not yet. I'm going to buy one maybe next year. There is one called the... I was gonna get this in red and gold actually. I was, and then I realized I already have a red set, and I didn't bother. I just went, oh, never mind. I already have a red set. Might as well just get a different color, and then went, nope. I was gonna get this in black, and then I have the Manta in Machinist. So unfortunately, no red and gold yet, but we will be getting red and gold eventually. Eventually, okay? All right, chat. No red and gold. No, we're not doing any blue. There's no blue at all. Switches, sure, fine, because that's just a colorway in the bottom and you can't really see the color. It's just the name. So whatever. So we have blue cheeses and we're gonna keep those blue cheeses. Yes. All right. So like I said, I did buy a wrist rest with this and my receipt says so. However, QK Alice Duo. All right. So as you can see, QK Alice Duo. And then it says, as you can see here, it says the specifications is, I got it in black. I have a polycarbonate plate. All right. And I have a 1.6 mil PCB and a wrist rest is missing. So they didn't check off wrist rest. Yeah, no blue. If ever blue, it has to be pale or navy. Yes, so it's either, the closest to blue I'll ever get is teal. I'm not gonna go full blue. The closest I will ever get to actually blue is teal. Yeah. All right, so right now I'm looking at this going, how about no? You know, how about the wrist rest is not included? But here's the thing, maybe the wrist rest is included because if you look at it, it says Wrist rest. It's Wrist rest. We have the Wrist rest, right? So if you look at the spelling, if you Wrist rest, it says Wrist rest. We have a Wrist rest. So yeah, it's not great. That's sus. Yeah, I know it is sus. It is sus. But unfortunately, it is one of the few things that I go, fine, I guess. It is what it is. It is what it is. All right, so we're gonna open this up, and if there is no wrist rest, I have a video proving that it's sealed, absolutely sealed, sealed like right, sealed all the way down to this little thing that they have here, that they say let it rip. Okay, let's get it to the right way up. They say let it rip, right? So in other words, I have not opened this box whatsoever. And today is going to be the day I open this box. In other words, there is proof that I didn't say, oh, there's no wrist rest, and actually I have a wrist rest. So we're going to find out right here, right now, whether or not there is going to be a wrist rest. So we're going to open it by opening this section and going, breaking that open, because we're going to have to open it this way anyways. Same with the other side. Boom. Now that that's open, we're going to let it rip, as they say. Let's put it close to the mic. Boom. Let it rip, they said. I'm going to grab it. We're gonna let it rip. Boom. You're just staring at the mouse. Oh my god. Put this to the side for now. Put that mouse to the side as well. Put that here. We'll move over to this side. That way you can see that. Boom, boom, and then boom. Ooh, red box. Crazy. Okay. 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 And then we're lift this up. And I'm gonna pull it. Oh my god! Oh Jesus Christ! Yo! I did not know it would come in a case like this. I did not know it was coming in a case like this. Yo! Okay, this is a bright orange in camera. But this is paler. This is actually a lot paler than normal. Than what you would see here. I really should just decrease the saturation. I think that's all it is. If I decrease the saturation on all of these cameras, it might look fine, but whatever. Anyways, here's the keyboard without the wrist rest apparently. And we're gonna find out if there is a wrist rest. Oh my god. Clean case? Yeah, look at that. Oh wait. Ooh. Oh, wrist rest. It says wrist rest. We did get the wrist rest. Okay, what's the material of the case? It looks like it's gonna be canvas. All right, so we got the PCB and plate. We get this. Should we, you know what? We're gonna get the PCB and plate and we're gonna get the wrist rest first. All right, we're gonna get the wrist rest. So let's open up the PCB and plate. Whew. See what we get. Make sure we have everything and it's all good. So everything is taped. Everything is indeed taped. All right. Can we please work open? Open? No. Okay. You know what? Sure. We're gonna use this to cut it. Boom. All right. We're gonna cut the one side. This material for the paper is weird. It's like a waxy top material and whatnot. So it might be anti-static to a certain degree. Boom. Okay, so we have the polycarbonate left and right hand sides. All right. Oh, let's move over here. Polycarbonate left and right hand sides, just like the first one, like the Neo Ergo, which we have on the side here. Okay, that's similar. We have stabilizers. So these are the QWERTY Keys stabilizers. These are upside down. Let's put that this way. All right. Or are they upside down? Am I dumb? I'm probably an idiot, but you know. Yes. There we go. So as you can see, we got some stabilizers here. And then a spare. Oh, they give us a spare. I think, yeah, everything is pre-installed by the looks of it. We got everything pre-installed by the looks of it. So there should be no need to actually do any installation. I don't know if we want to lube these. Hopefully they are factory lubed. I don't believe they are, but we'll find that out fully later. All right, PCB and plate. Okay, so we got this. I do not know what that is. That is a small item. That is a terribly small item. Ah, USB, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not. I do not know what that is. I genuinely don't. Accessory of some sort. Boom. I genuinely do not know what this is for at this moment. I haven't seen too many of the unboxings and builds of the keyboard. I think I've seen literally 2, and that was a month or so ago. So in other words, I have zero clue what that was for. I have zero clue. We're just gonna shove them all back in the exact same boxes and hope to God this isn't gonna take too long, because I got work tomorrow and I started later than I expected. Anyways, I know I forgot to stream, or that I was streaming. However, It's not my fault. At least not entirely. Boom. All right. So we have nothing else in here. And this is going to be the PCB. Oh, that's crazy. So the PCB has the foam, quote unquote, pre-installed. So we have the PCB in here, as you can see. Turn that around. All right. Turn that around. And then we have some gaps. There's certain sections. Yep, I can feel some of the pogo pins that are going through. And then we're good. So we're just going to do that. We're going to put these together, and then we're going to make sure that this is all fine in one section. So we're just gonna put that over there, put it up to the side. All right, and we're gonna check the wrist rest section. The wrist rest section. There we go. The section of wrist rests. Boom. It is heavy, so in other words, there should be a wrist rest in here. Should be for the black ones. Okay. Oh no, no tape on this one, eh? That's crazy. Okay, let me just, where'd they go? Over here. We're just gonna take that, move it through, and just push so we don't completely break the packaging. I don't really like breaking packaging. I know a couple of my coworkers, whenever they unbox a couple of things, right, when they do receive boxes, they tend to just tear right through them, and I go, I freak out a little bit. Boom, wrist rest. Just a wrist rest. And then, ta-da! Upside down. Okay, never mind. Ta-da! Oh, okay, that was upside down. All right, never mind. I'm an idiot. Okay, so this is the wrist rest. Ooh, look at that. Damn. Damn, that's crazy. No, I did buy the wrist. Oh, Jesus Christ. I did buy the wrist rest, but is that it? I feel like there was like a thing that... Oh. Oh? Oh! And then you put that, and then you can arrange the size of it. So as you can see, we have that there. Has pads, so you can, of course, tent it whichever way you like, from right to left. Boom. So if you're right hand, left hand, it will sit in. There is a section, so right there. So it just kind of sits in. There's no magnets on the top hand side, just the bottom. In other words, you're kind of stuck depending on how you want to push it through. I could have sworn there were some mechanical things attached to it, but I could be wrong. Was there mechanical things that how do you, right, this, there we go. And then boom. And then all of a sudden it's a normal wrist rest. Holy, so okay, this is the top, this is the bottom. So you got sections here. You can tilt it up and down apparently if you really wanted to. Boom, and then so you can have separate wrist rests for left and right. I feel like I've seen this differently. I'm going to check after stream, actually. I'm going to check after stream just to make sure that I got the right wrist rest. Because I swear to God, when I was looking at the pictures, there was a thing where they were showing it off in a certain way where it seems to be made of a specific material instead. Not that it, or made to have highly adjustable, but it was like a friction mount kind of thing, right? So you'd have to set it to a certain height or whatnot. All right, boom. It's nice. I like the feet. The feet are nice and wide, which is good. All right, so we're gonna set the wrist rest aside. We're gonna put all of the boxes away. However, we're gonna keep it all unwrapped for the most part. We're unwrapped for the most part. Shaboom. All right, and then here comes the keyboard. Holy. I don't know what that button is for, but it feels nice. Oh, oh, look at that. Look at that. Boom. Boom. All right, let's go over here. And you can see, oh, look at that. Nice. It is awesome. Holy. All right, we got the right hand side. We're gonna inspect it here a little bit. Left hand side. Boom. Oh my god, look at how crazy that is. Ads start in about 30 seconds here, but let me just really quickly make a quick look to see if there's any blemishes that are instantaneously just a return. Nothing on the right hand side. On the left hand side, there's the cops. All right. Left hand side, nothing on the left hand side, and as you can see, there is some pogo pins going through as well. All right, anyways, ad starting in a little bit. I'm gonna see you guys in a minute 30. Oh no, it just says ad starting soon. Anyways, I'm gonna see you guys, and you guys can look at this. I'm actually gonna pull this out, put it down. All right. Ow, that's loud. Okay. Oh, I didn't mute myself. Damn. Okay. But we're back. We're back. Holy moly. Oh, yeah. Vamos. Yeah. My bad. It was loud. Okay. Alright, let me just reduce that to where it was previously. Alright. Yeah, it's a little... No, I don't want to... There we go. Whew, that's crazy. Alright, let's check out the accessories that it comes with. And see where it goes. Alright, so let's check this first actually. Like, as you can see, that's those clips in here, so that's left and that's right, and then we have this knob. I don't know what the knob does. Hopefully it's like some sort of volume, and I'm guessing this is some RGB or whatnot, because it is just plastic. It's just a foam piece. All right, so we're gonna open this up. Let's open this up. Boom. All right, so apparently these are the cables and whatnot. All right, boom. Cables and whatnot. Boom. Boom. Oh my god, that's a lot. That's a lot of things. There we go. Alright, let's put this to the side again. All right, so these are the cables, as you can see here. So let's open this up a little. Okay, so this is the original cable. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so we have a little screwdriver just in case you don't have one for yourself. Boom. That's what I found, actually, that a lot of the keyboard kits expect you to have a certain screwdriver size, and it doesn't just give it to you for the most part, at least the old ones. And that was crazy. That was like, oh my god, I didn't realize I needed this thing. And then you just panic the hell out of yourself. Boom. So we have these things. These are crazy. All right, so let's move this here. All right, so these are crazy. So this is just your regular set of items. We have the keyboard. We have the switch puller. Oh my god. Here's a cool thing. I was looking for a switch puller for the longest time, and finally we have a regular switch puller that isn't yellow. And not only that, it is much wider than normal, because if I remember correctly, my other one is the yellow one. Yeah, it's much thinner than this, if I remember correctly. Yes, the yellow one is much... Oh, it's only slightly thinner. It's only slightly thinner. Damn. Oh, that's crazy. So it's only a millimeter or two thicker, but I still appreciate the extra thickness, because the extra thickness is where it is at. Do like it. And this is much softer than the other one, too. Oh, that's probably because of the little cutouts here, as you can see. So there's going to be a cutout. This makes it a lot easier to bend, I suppose. All right, we'll set those aside. We're going to put them on the left-hand side here. Boom. Holy. And then we're going to take a look at this real quick. All right, looks like these are weird little fins. Okay, so these are the weird little fins. Oh, I did this with the Ergo. I had fins for the RGB lighting. Let's go. So that it gets diffused. And we have little bits of pad remaining. That was torn over. No, that's not good. Extra bits of padding. And this is going to be bumpers for the mount. Okay, so we got everything. We even have small screws. I don't know if that's a wire. Okay, so we're gonna leave that for now. I'm gonna leave it for now. Okay, that's left for now. The left hand side. So here we are. We have this. These are the bumpers, so we're gonna put that on the PCB later. This one we are putting to the side again. And this is gonna be what looks like the feet. Are they the feet? The feet. They are. They're spare feet. And I say spare because if you look at it, they are pre-installed. So we have pre-installed feet, so that's fine. And it should work just great. So on the left-hand side, same thing. And we are good. All right, in terms of these being magnets, yeah, these magnetize directly into those sections, so they should then be able to connect with the QC going through them. All right. If I remember correctly, these are not wireless, right? Like these don't have any batteries, so this is not wireless in particular, right? Like my brain is like thinking like, no, these are wired only, right? Wait, I think these are wireless. Like, no, I'm pretty sure these weren't wireless. That would be nice if they were wireless, but they're not wireless. Okay, time to open these up. We're gonna keep this away. We're not gonna really use this cable. All right, so unless we really have issues with the board, we're not gonna use that cable. However, we're gonna open this up. Let's open the controller first, because I'm curious as to where the badge would be, because I did not spot a badge anywhere. And it just gives us a circle thing, because I'm pretty sure the badge comes with it, unless I'm just mistaken and I'm an idiot. So there should be a badge that comes with it. Okay, cut that off, so that should be able to rip apart. I don't really spot any issues with it. Boom. One of the reasons I bought this specific colorway was actually because I bought GMK Cosmos, and GMK Cosmos has a very similar theming where you see the black coloration has a, what is it called? It has, has speckles on it. So if you look at it, there's speckles on it. Very similar to the actual GMK color set. Okay, looks like this is just a coloration that just doesn't exist. Like, what's going on here? Why is this? Oh, never mind. Look at that. Jeez. Jesus, that is crazy. Whoa. I forgot that's what that looked like. I forgot that is what that looked like. I'm literally just gonna put this right back because I do not want to scratch it quite yet. All right, we're gonna leave that there. We are going to leave that there. So we're gonna put that to the side. We're gonna open these ones as well. So we're gonna, it's gonna poke through. Okay, maybe we don't poke through. Maybe we'll just cut it open the normal way, just in case we actually scratch it. I already scratched one keyboard, and that was a really horrible thing, and I don't want to do that again. So let's not do that again. All right, so let's open this up. Let's open this up. Holy. Boom. It has been opened up, as you can see. So there is a plastic surface in order for you to not contact with the board and create a loud ticking noise. There you go. And there's the pogo pin, as you can see. Those sections here, these are straight up, those are just straight up metal bits. That is part of the metal, that is anodized sections. So you're not gonna get anything through there. So now that we have this, right hand side for the garbage. There we go. And then before we get to the right hand side, as you can see, we have this here. And apparently we can go through the bottom, take these restraints off, I guess you can say they're restraints. Boom. Put the restraints on the side. Yeah, I might as well pick up some dust while I'm at it. Because that's one of the things you can do with these weird sticky bits that don't really, don't have any residue. You can just apply it in a bunch of things that you have around, and hopefully it picks up some of the dust, and you'll be good. And then you put it to the side, and it's good. Woo! Look at that. Look at that. Damn. That is crazy. That is lovely. I like how that looks. I like how that looks. Look at that. Boom. Yeah. Oh, that is with a cover on. We'll leave the cover for now. We will leave the cover for now. And then, if I remember correctly, you can open this or pull this apart to a certain degree. Oh, there we go. Oh, we're pulling it apart. We're pulling it, apart. Does it come farther? Boom. And then bam. Okay, maybe that wasn't the right one to pull apart. We'll pull apart the other side too. Can we pull apart the other side? Looks like we can. Let's try pulling apart the left hand side. No, it doesn't look like it wants to. So we're not going to do that, but holy moly. As you can see, it is tented. I already put it on a piece of metal. Okay. It is tented to that side. Okay, and it takes a bit of pressure to push down. In other words, it's not going to just go crazy on you. It's not gonna go crazy on you. Holy, all right. Boom. Yeah, we're gonna keep the cover there. I'm gonna keep the cover there because the cover looks nice. Not gonna lie, the cover looks nice. So one of the things I did notice though, over here, is that, as you can see, it is overlapping with one of the sections, but everything else lines up just perfectly, except for this one for some reason. Don't know why that is the case. It could be a misprint. By the looks of it, it might just be a misprint, but we'll find out. We will find out. For example, this one is already kind of floating on its own section in the middle, but All right, let's open this one up too. Open that up. Oh my god. Sure, let's just open that up with a tear. A bigger tear? There we go. Boom. So now that we have the tear, the rest of it should just come apart. We are going to put this up there. Okay, boom. The rest of it. Oh my god, this looks so nice. It looks so nice. Oh. Yes, I just dropped it. Boom. Alright. Holy. Let's take this thing off. Alright. I'm gonna put my nail gunk on it, but I think I might have to. Alright. Shoo. Bam. Boom. Alright, again. Pick up some residue. Pick up some dust. You know, just pour it over. Pour one over for the homies. Alright. Boom. Oh, so I went to a Filipino gathering, as you usually do, and I always get, asked, "Oh, you want a beer?" And I go, "No, no thanks." Just politely, But you would think after years upon years of going to all of these parties, they would know not to really ask. But I guess it is still polite to ask anyways, just in case. Just in case they're like, you know what? Maybe this time they'll say, yes, I would like to have that. That would be great. All right. Boom. As you can see, now we have the little tented section. That is amazing. That is awesome. I love that, how it just tents. So as you can see, they are no longer level. So if I put this side by side with each other, can it rest on its? No, it does not rest. I'm gonna do this. We're gonna go here. As you can see, there is a decent amount of elevation. And the reason why is with this type of keyboard, you can have it tented to a degree where you are less, what's it called? Pronation or chronation? Oh, I can't remember. The nation. The inability to, you have a section where it is bent to a certain degree that it can cause issues, right? So I'm going to be sitting roughly center. Right, and then this is going to be how you would type. So for example, if I get this here, if I did have, ta-da, all right, so let's not scratch it even farther than I already did. You have this, so this is the Alice style. And with the Alice style, you would be kind of closer to over here. So as you can see, this is already wider because you have double bezels on each side. This is tented and it is forward a little bit, okay? So that's the difference. So it's tented a little bit forward. And with this, you can quite literally just have it spread and just type in this manner. You can just type like this. And then if you are a madman, you can literally have a drink right here. I just suck it with the straw. Some people put something like, oh, I can fake it. I can fake it right now. Boom. Some people just have this. They have a little microphone. They put it up there and they go, and then typing. So the typing sound, since they're on the sides, you can kind of reject it. And then if you have it far enough forward, right, you're not going inwards. So for example, here I'm going inwards. But the thing is, the reason why people think this is better is because it moves your hands this way. And then since your hands are like this, as you can see, your wrists are straight. If you're using a regular keyboard, apparently, I say apparently because it's not always going to be the case. All right, let me take this out instead. I'll put it on the side because this is the wireless. If you have a regular keyboard, such as this guy, let me pull this. Oh. Maybe we don't go too crazy. Boom. Such as this guy, sometimes what people say is that you end up doing this, which means you're not straight. As you can see here, you're not straight. But I find that I still do this. Like, I don't actually actually twist my hands in order to conform to the keyboard. I use my hands and then I just know, generally speaking, where the keys are, despite my hands in this specific position, right? A lot of people go, oh yeah, but you twist your hands like, no, I don't. I genuinely don't. This is what's called typing technique. For some people, yeah, they actually just do that. So if you are one of those guys that have to do this, I don't know if this is gonna solve it for you. But for some people it does, right? Like the Ergo keyboards and whatnot, for some people it does. Which means that you are more likely to be like okay with it. And solutions such as a split keyboard works. For me though, I move from one to the other relatively quickly, so it is not the worst thing, regardless of how it is. Okay, damn, this is some crazy construction. I love the construction of this. It looks amazing. It looks cool. Like, I love it. All right, so on the left-hand side, you can see the plastic isn't actually hitting that. So I might have to cut off that one section on the right-hand side, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. There is holes on the sides, so there should be some reverberation going through, but it's not going to be bad. All right, damn, that is crazy lovely looking thing. Oh, that is awesome. Look at that, black and gold. Don't you love the black and gold? All right, we're gonna take this out. We don't really need this mic. The mic is just kind of there. Don't get me wrong. It's just kind of there. It's not actually a mic that I'm using. I will have to use the mic eventually, but I don't want to use it in these types of streams because the types of streams this is, I do need the mic that is out of frame. Yeah. My current plan is eventually I should be able to get a shotgun mic instead of a SDC cardioid. Because the cardioid is a little more accurate, don't get me wrong. It's a little more accurate in terms of moving from left to right. You're still going to get a relatively accurate reproduction of sounds, especially when you go left to right. Because with shotguns, it falls up quite quickly, but it's not even on all frequencies. In other words, while in general, it's gonna shoot, it's gonna get somewhere over here compared to the SDC, which is all the way to the sides of the actual camera. But that is like an entire topic all on its own. SDCs, shotguns, condensers versus dynamics. And people keep saying, oh my god, you don't use a condenser, otherwise it's gonna pick up everything. No, literally I use condensers and I almost use it like a shotgun mic because it's just out of frame and it's about 1.5 feet away from me and it's fine. The pickup on the background isn't that much, but these keyboards, they will be picked up regardless because they are very loud. All right, so now this solves an issue, like I said previously, where you can have a mic directly in the center, you can have a drink, or you can have it so that when you are typing, you can spread it just far enough for you to be able to do this. And if you are a trackpad user, you could literally have a mouse in the center and just do that and just go back, go that, yeah. And then you can do this and then just have it just type away, yeah, there we go. So you do that, boom. And then you can just keep on typing, go back and do things, go back, do things. And that's why these exist. Honestly, it's gonna be a weird thing because I didn't have that much trouble using, if I go to this, oh, it doesn't show it. I didn't have much trouble using this, which is the Neo Ergo. I didn't have much trouble. It literally took me about 30 minutes to get used to it. And a lot of the trouble came from the shift. It's not even the split versioning of it because I used to use a split keyboard. It is the Mark 65, so it was split left and right in terms of the spacebar. So the spacebar wasn't an issue, and the tilted, it wasn't an issue because the way I type, it was relatively normal for me. I just have to remember that like certain sections are a little off kilter, and that's it. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't crazy. Okay, now let us put these together, and let's see how do I open this up? How do I do the thing? All right, there we go. I see. So we have to take it off. So it's going to be those guys. So we're gonna use the included, because why not? We're gonna use the included screwdriver, which is real nice of them. Real nice of them. I do like them for that. Okay, let's clean that up a little. Included. Boom. Oh, when it's magnetic. Oh, jeez, I almost dropped it. It's magnetic, so it's good. They didn't skimp out too much on how this is made. Oh, okay. You would think they would skimp out on the extra tools just to make sure that the keyboard is immaculate. But the keyboard by itself is actually really good. Actually good. Unlike most of the time where I build these keyboards and I go, oh, yeah, that's a nice little thing that they have there. I'm not really going to use it because it's fine. I don't really feel the need to, right? But in this case, you know, I might as well. Yes, because it's actually a decent-ish quality. Not too crazy. You have this section. They actually thought about it. They didn't just give you a blank set. So this is there. That was there. Oh, and then this one's here. Okay, yeah. They're all the same size. Okay, good. They're the same size. Yeah, okay. I'm guessing there's going to be one more. Oh, right there on the right-hand side. So only 4 screws. That's good. That's nice to know. Only 4 screws. So we're going to start with the right hand side. And then we're going to install it. Because it's not going to be too crazy. So we're going to open it up. Okay. Boom. And that's it. That is it. What does this do? It just pushes down. And then I wonder if the PCB has any clues as to what that is. We'll push this there. We're going to take the PCB and the plate. So we're gonna open these up and we're just gonna place them just to see how they feel, right? So this was over here and I cannot tell which one's which. Okay, so this is the bottom of each. So I'm guessing they're gonna put it this way. So the right hand side is gonna be the right now, at least right now. Okay, we're gonna open one side. We're gonna put it together first, or put this one side together first, see if that makes sense. And if we have any issues, we're going to just look at the manual before doing the other side. Otherwise, we're gonna screw ourselves over, as I do not want to do. Yes, this is actually the other side, because I can see already that there's a section over there. Okay. Okay, there is a button there. There is a button there. For the center section, there is a button. I don't know what the button does. You know what? I'm just gonna put this up top. Let's put this up top. Alright, let's put that up top. And then we're gonna use the other side. Although I do not really want to use the space. Don't get me wrong. I do not necessarily want to use the space. I'm gonna put this with all of the foam for the most part. Or most of the foam. I think I'm gonna put the one in between and on the bottom. But I don't know about these ones. This foam I never really use. The in-between foam where you actually push through and it creates a marbly sound. So a lot of the keyboards online, they don't really like putting a lot of the foam. I personally like the foam, like for example this one. This is fine. I do want some of the higher pitch to come in. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to use the bottom and leave the middle out. So that there is a little more high pitch going through. Okay. So we got that, Oh wait, no, how about we don't mix these all up? Put this to the right hand side, that way we're fine. We're gonna take this out. Okay, there is a 1 and an on, and I don't think these things have batteries, but let's put this here real quick. This top end, this top side, we're gonna put on the right hand where all of its foam is. As you can see, whoa, that is some lovely PCB right there. That is some lovely PCB. Look at the color of that PCB. That is lovely. Ooh, that is lovely. I like it. I like it. It's the bottom hand side, and then it just goes. Ooh, you hear that? Yeah, that will click right through. That would click right through. Damn. Oh, and this one uses foam, and the other one uses gaskets. Okay, cool. So we got the spares for that. Let's use the gasket that it comes with. It doesn't come with different gaskets, but I'm gonna put the gaskets in just so that we have a mount, and we're just gonna mount it just in case it doesn't actually go through properly. So let's mount most of them, if not all of them. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I do not know. 4. One more. Oh, come on. And 4. Oh, wow. Is that different? Wait, are these different? I'm just gonna pull all of them out at this point because I can't tell right now. Okay, they are different. That is insane. So it's going to probably be the thicker one versus the thinner ones. All right. So there are different ones, as you can see. So thinner one and thicker one. I think personally we'll go with the thinner one because I believe that means it's going to be more bouncy. I don't mind the bounciness, so we're just gonna go with that. So let's check if that's on the top or the bottom. So we're gonna go here. That is going to be in the bottom. All right, so it's going to be bottom section. So the tall part is going to be on the bottom. So we're just going to do that. And we are going to be speculating mostly on how this is built and put together and whatnot. Because, again, I didn't really watch a lot of the streams. I was at work for most of the streams, which means I would either catch the middle, the tail end, or some other random part that has issues. So, it's not great. It is not great, but we will figure it out. We will see how it goes and find out whether or not it is worth it. We might have to swap to the harder one, depending on what it is we're trying to do. Okay, let's just make sure that this fits in this section. Boom. Oh, I already screwed up. One of them is upside down. Wow. How lovely of me. Boom. Okay, and then we had that. We got that. There. Yes, so yes, it is so that it is bouncier than normal. So the left-hand side has less bounce. And the reason why they have the pogo with the magnets is literally so that it has the ability to bounce. For example, the cool thing about being bouncy is that you're not gonna accidentally push this down. So for example, I can just boom, make it flat. So now that it's flat, it is what it is. All right, so we can just pull this out, I guess. Boom, pull that out. Okay, and then we're gonna put the blue switches in. However, do I want all of the foam? No, I don't want all of the foam. I'm gonna use certain bits of foam. All right, certain bits of foam. Okay, where's the RGB? Oh, I see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of RGB. I need the plate. So the plate is gonna be easier to notice which one's which. It's okay. This is gonna be the right-hand side. All right, let's open up. Get the right-hand side, and then we're gonna put in the RGB strips. Put in the RGB Rugaba strips. Rugaba. Holy. What is it? Boom. There we go. There we go. So there's that. We need this section. So this is part of it. I guess there are standoffs, I believe, by the looks of it. So there might be standoffs or something. Okay, so let me grab this. Then we're gonna pull 1, 2, and there's a screw, which I have no clue. Oh, it's a spare screw because it looks exactly like the screw to put it together. And 4. I just need a 4. I like how there's so many extras. Like they just give you just in case there is an issue. They have you have a spare guaranteed. You are guaranteed at least to have a spare at this point, other than like the big stuff, which is like obviously missing and you probably want to contact support, such as a plate. And that's pretty much it. It's crazy. It's insane. It is an insane thing. Holy. Okay. But going through all of this, Because I remember the Ergo has a frosted. Yeah, I'm looking at the Ergo one. It's much more frosted than this one that I am pushing through right now. These ones are a lot more translucent. There isn't a lot of frosting for it, like the other one. Okay. Alright, so I still don't know what that little piece is. I think it might be a stand for the controller that goes in the middle. Let me just check the controller. I'm a little curious. There's nothing for it to stand on, but it's kind of weird where I'm pretty sure that there is something to do with it. All right, there's something to do with it. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Okay, do I want the foamy like signature? Yeah, we'll go with the foamy signature. This is the bottom or the top? I can't really tell anymore. Okay, so this is the bottom. So this is for the kale. This is the in-between. So we're just gonna put that in. So we're gonna put the foam that is in between. This is going to drop the lumens, I guess, or how bright it sounds. All right, there we go. There we go. So this is not gonna sound as bright. All right. Where the sets of key switches go. Goes to my left hand, right? Yes, it was. Oh, it is. Okay, it's slightly covered by all of the mess I've made. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna grab these, and we're gonna use this. We're gonna use these. Awesome. I just realized there is no stabilizers, so we're gonna push the stabilizers through. Where is the stabilizers? Stabilizers on the left hand side. I put it right here. All right, boom. Stabilizers. We're gonna put in stabilizers. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go with split backspace. We're just gonna go with split backspace. I do not like having a full backspace if I don't need it, because the left space is gonna be backspace for me, at least on this keyboard. That's how I normally arrange it, and I find that is better. The downside is that when I move back and forth between them, it just goes crazy. It's just like a little too much. These are unlubed. That is crazy. These are unlubed, but they are clip-ons, so they should just quite literally clip on. So let's just do that. We get this here, this there, and then we're just gonna push them through, and hopefully they don't break. Boom. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that is rattly as all hell. Okay. Might need to lube this afterwards, but you know, let's go with the stock experience, assuming you do not have any lube. They did not provide any lube. They do not have any lube. So we're just gonna go with that for now. We're just gonna go with that for now. Okay. And then we're gonna go through the review afterwards and see whether we do need to lube it. And I'm gonna bet that we're gonna need to lube it. There's no way we're not gonna lube this. There's almost 0% chance that this doesn't need lube, because it's gonna need lube. I'm pretty sure it's going to need lube, whether or not it agrees with me. Oh, I forgot that one section. So let's see, that smaller one is where? Yeah, give me that. Then we're gonna push that through. See that? Boom. All right. Boom. So this, the right hand enter. This is the pipe. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. We don't need all of it. We don't need all of it. Oh geez. Oh no. We're starting to get a huge mess at this point. We're starting to get a huge mess at this point. That's crazy. Oh, I almost forgot the plate. Oh my god, can you imagine going through all that and then realizing you screwed up? You don't have a plate. I already screwed up. This is supposed to be this way. I installed it the other way around. Oh my god. I installed the fins the other way around. How lovely of me. God damn it. So spent extra time doing this for seemingly no reason. This is why you do things once and you do it correctly, folks. It's so that you waste less time. I've literally had times where I've actually wasted more time trying to go fast than slowing down and just doing it slowly, because I know a lot of the times, a lot of people go, I need to do it fast, I need to hurry up and do all of these things. No. You need to think through it while taking action. Because if you don't think through it, you make a lot more mistakes, which ends up wasting a lot more time. And that's what I found. Because rushing is different from moving quickly. I've literally had friends who move quickly, and I swear to God, they look like they're just taking their time. Like they aren't doing a single thing. And then, all of a sudden, right, for some reason, they're much faster than me, right? And I go, huh? How do you finish all those things? How do you do all of the things that you said you were gonna do? But you were literally not even rushing. You weren't even going through as if you had a time limit. You were going through as if the time limit didn't matter. And that's part of it. You just don't have to give a crap. The more craps you give, the more likely you're gonna have issues. And the more issues you have, the worse it is for you. And that's literally it. And I go, that's some crazy wisdom you got here. How do you go fast? Go slow. That's counterintuitive. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah. It's because that's, what they say. They just go like, yeah, you have to take your time, go slow, don't rush. And then you go, oh, I realize what it means now that I'm much, much, much older. It just means don't make mistakes. That means you have to repeat the entire thing again. It's kind of like failing class and having to repeat the entire thing again. And you go, maybe I should just study just enough to pass the class instead of not studied just enough to get past the class. And no, that ends up being the case where they go, I'm a fool. I didn't know. All I had to do was study enough to, pass the class. I don't need the highest grade. I just need to pass the class. And that's all they needed. They just needed to pass the class. You don't need the best marks. If you are in school, do your best to get the bare minimum, right? Do your best in order to be able to at least get the bare minimum. You don't have to be the quote unquote the best of the best. That will come with time and experience. Being the best of the best literally is just learning and going, so that's how they do it, and just calling it a day. You don't have to panic. You don't have to do anything in particular of note. Okay, so do I want 3? Yeah, because on the right hand side, I don't want that where, yeah, I'm just gonna have that. I don't want the shift of the right hand side. So if I put this here, that's 1, 2, 3, and then the shift is gonna be on the right hand side. It's gonna be a shorter shift, so we're gonna use that. So we're gonna use this so that it will be arrow keys. We're gonna make it arrow keys for sure. You don't not want it to be arrow keys. Boom, and we're gonna push this through. Same with the other side. I wish I could use a plate fork for this, but it seems that I can't. I cannot use a plate fork for this at this moment in time. Unfortunately, no plate fork for me. No plate fork. Okay. There we go. Pushing it through, pushing it through. There we go. I just need the seat. Properly seat. One of the things I don't like about the hot swap sockets as of current is that none of them are Milmax. And the thing about Milmax is that it is expensive. So I get it, I really do. Having it not be expensive is a pain in on itself. So that is understandable where people just, they just do that. They go, okay, fine, whatever. Just use the cheapest, easiest viable solution. And it's not that factories can't do Milmax. It's just, it's more expensive because instead of, just aligning it once and then soldering it, which is an easy pad, not only do you have to go in with the Milmax and slot it for each hole, you have to ensure that you don't screw up with each Milmax socket. Well, you can't screw up with each Milmax socket because if you try to push in Milmaxes, and it doesn't work, it kind of just breaks the switch. It's a little ridiculous, honestly. It's a little ridiculous. So yeah. Come on. There we go. So yeah, it is going to be the case. I wonder if there's supposed to be a thing over there. Well, we'll find out. Is there? I feel like there is. Where's the top? Where is the top? There has to be a top somewhere. And this is the top. This is over here. And there was a light, so if you do this, yeah, there's the light. There's no weird thing for it. I feel like there's supposed to be a diffuser there now. Like, that doesn't look like it's not supposed to be diffused. I feel like there's supposed to be a diffuser of some sort there. Hold up, hold up. No. That feels like there's supposed to be a diffuser. There was no diffuser. Where's the diffuser where's the diffuser stuff? You have this, so that's not it either. So let's close that up. Oh, this is the fusion kit stuff. There's no way. Ah, there might be. I feel it. I think I feel it. Uh-oh. Yep. Boom. I think this is it. It looks like it needs a diffuser. Whatever it is. Yeah, it does! Holy! Oh no. Can I bend this just enough? Ah. I hate this. This is what I was saying earlier. Literally, oh, take your time. I'm like, the problem is, I didn't notice that. Okay, let's see if I can just bend it over. So let's take these and then pull it out. Boom. Yeah, we're gonna take the right hand side and pull out just the right hand side switches. Ensure that it is just those ones. We can take this and then we can push this one through. Not too many issues. There we go. Boom. Push this back in and hopefully we're good. Hopefully. Can we just stay up? Come on, buddy. Stay up. Stay. Oh, Jesus Christ. The foam. The foam. The foam, please. Please, foam. Foam. Foam, please stretch over it. Please stretch over it. Thank you. Boom. The foam stretched right over it. Okay, good. Good. Now we can put all of these switches right back where they belong. In purgatory. With the rest of you. Boom. Alright. Make sure that each bit is secured. We're gonna put this through as well. Boom. There we go. That's good. And push that through. Oh, this might be... This might be a creamy one here. We might not want the foam. Alright, maybe next week we'll do it without foam. We'll see, we'll see. We'll give it a while with the foam instead of without the foam. Because I think the foam makes sense for this build. It's just I don't think this makes sense. I think this in the middle, instead of the foam, might make sense for this. Because it softens the impact of the downstroke. Which means it is also a little less silent on the downstroke. Right, and absorbs some of the high frequencies, I think. Or I'd like to believe, at least, it would. Right. Then again, I'm relatively new to the keyboard hobby. And I say relatively new because there are people that have been in this for about 2017, so almost 10 years. And they've just been doing it. Some of them have retired. Like, for example, I used to watch a lot of, Teja Types. He used to be this thing. And then I believe one of the tipping points, one of the tipping points was when he made a keyboard for, who was it? Tfue. And Tfue is known for their collaborations, but they never did a collaboration with a custom keyboard. Oh, geez, not the red ones. I want the regular ones. Okay, they never really used custom keyboards, and the whole world kind of exploded. I don't know who made the article and the entire video behind it, but it was one of those companies, Vogue, Tech Radar, and you know, one of those guys that made it kind of actually blow up. And it was labeled as, oh, you know how some people have if what's it called? They labeled it like they were the blacksmith to the weaponry that the the competitors use. And I went, oh, that's a nice angle. Ooh. Then after then, it didn't go downhill per se. I just think they went so mainstream that most of the mainstream go, oh my god, this guy literally builds keyboards that are about a couple $100, right? And it's literally just a keyboard. I'm like, what did you expect, buddy? Like, a keyboard builder building keyboards. And I think they just expected a lot more out of it. And at the time, there wasn't stuff like Hall Effect. There was Hall Effect, but it wasn't a big deal yet. It was just very, very new, and they haven't really found that the Hall Effect has certain advantages over analog, which this is. This is weird because this is analog binary, effectively speaking, because they're switches. They're literally on or off. So off, on, off, on. They have analog feel, but they're technically binary. They're not specifically like, oh, hey, yeah, it's... So it's so different. It's very different. It's crazy. All right. Push. Where did it go? What the hell? Push that through. Boom. All right. All right. I think we can just rush the rest of this because it's not going to go crazy. So we're gonna do these. So we're just moving it inwards. And the reason we're doing it inwards, right, instead of just haphazardly going everywhere, it partly is because it starts bowing sometimes, depending on the keyboard you push it through. Ooh, like this one. This one looks like it's having issues. A little bit. Not a lot of issues. Okay, there we go. We're going through. So it starts bowing. So the plate here, so the top plate, it can make it start bowing, which is going to be an issue if you keep on going in that manner. But looks like right now, it is for the most part fine. So for example, right, like look, it's not sitting flush, right? So I have to do this and then I have to pull it up, right? And once I pull it up, it's sitting flush with the board or with the PCB, as you can see, and then it's fine. And then from there, we can just keep on going, right? Because it will be stiff enough that it's not gonna bow under the weight. But yes, I used to watch Teotypes and Glarsis. Glarsis doesn't do too much of that type of content right now, as far as I'm aware. They do some of those types of content recently. And then there was Hypotech that's relatively new, but now they're more into like they're trying to move slowly into the tech space. Switch and Click, they're straight up just moving into desktop peripherals and whatnot. So they started off with just keyboards, and now they're doing monitor stuff or desktop setup stuff, and it's crazy because you can do all of these things and go, oh wow, that's awesome, and they're not doing too bad, and I do like it. It's not the craziest thing. Because I know, who was it from Switch and Click? They try to make those like hype voices, like, yeah, we're gonna do this cool thing right now. But it ends up, because the way their voice is, so we're going to do this cool thing right now. It sounds so low-key. Even though they're trying to be hype and exciting, it still sounds just low-key, and it's fine. It's not like, oh, you have to be high-key in order to make it on YouTube. No, they've already made it on YouTube. Like, that's kind of the thing. They know their audience, and they don't want just the hype kind of part. They took parts from the hype section and went, oh, okay, cool. Can we use it for our own cases? And chances are, it's not the case. So I got one bent pin. One bent pin. So it looks like if I open this, this does look like it is twisted on the inside, so hopefully it doesn't cause any issues. Yeah, it looks like it's twisted on the inside as well, unfortunately. So We can try bending it. We're gonna bend it back. But it looks like on the inside it might be twisted. So we're gonna open this. I think we have the opener. No, we do not have an opener. Where is the opener? We don't have an opener. No. Okay. Jeez. Oh, what time is it actually? Okay. All right. Okay. They both go through. Okay, they did both go through. And hope to God that it's gonna be fine. Boom. Hope to the gods it's gonna be fine. Okay, you know what? I think we're just gonna remove the socks for now. Because the socks are just bending it. And we don't really need it to bend right now. We just need it to get pushed in. We don't want the bendy right now. Okay. Alright. Give me 1 second. Alright, no, the cat is being fed right now. I was thinking of doing it right after the, what's it called? The break, because that's why I asked for the time. So I noticed, like, yeah, it says that there's gonna be a break in about 20 minutes. I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do that. 20 minutes. 4 minutes. So I'm just gonna do that. Like, during that time, I was gonna feed her. But no. But yeah, you saw the cat, like, go through, because the cat was there. Boom. Yeah, no, that is flat. That is good. And then we're almost finished on the right-hand side. And we're not done yet, which is crazy to me. I think I screwed up there. I felt it not quite pushed through properly. There we go. That feels right. That feels a little correct. That feels more correct than earlier. Boom. There we go. Ooh! Okay, look. That is the sound of, you know, being quote unquote, what is it? A creamier sound? They call it they call it a creamier sound. So it's more mid frequencies is what's happening with a touch of the bass frequencies. So we have nice bass frequencies, and for a Switch that is named after cheese, that's a good thing. So that means we're getting a decent chunk here. We're getting a decent chunk of what we are promised, at least in our mind's eye, when we say it is a blue cheese Switch. And a blue cheese, and blue cheeses are actually quite nicely, how do you say it? They're nicely creamy. Yeah. And they have this weird aftertaste. I think it's the fermented taste. That's why because blue cheese is actually moldy cheese. And the mold is a type of fermentation. So it's not exactly, oh my god, it's blue cheese and it is fermented and it's gonna be fine. It's good. It's good. Alright. I just realized that I might have screwed myself over by only buying 70 Switches. Okay. Do I have enough? We might have to forgo the left row. But just by that alone, that sounds nice. I like how that sounds. Looks like we have no issues right now. And I think our biggest issue is going to be the stabilizers. I know normally you would see streamers quote unquote tune the stabilizers, right? They add their lube, they add they lube the stabilizers itself. But this case, we're not doing that. We're just gonna use the stock raw stabilizers. Like, we're a pleb, like we do not know what we're doing, but normally you do. You actually do that. But today we are ignoring that entirely. That is like crazy. Jesus Christ, that magnet. That magnet just went for it. He just went, no, it is mine now. Come here. Magnet, holy. You saw my hands just snap. I was like trying to not screw over. Okay. Okay, and that was just... Let me just... Okay, that's not bad. All right, you know what? I'm going to put the one at the bottom because I like my mine a little more silent. So we're gonna add the bottom here. Boom. And we're gonna grab that and put the bottom in. So almost all of the foam, almost all of the foam, but all of the foam. How does this go? Yeah, I think this is it. That makes sense. That does make sense. And then this goes here, that goes there. Oh yeah, I did. Oh my god, I wasn't screwing myself over. I thought I was screwing myself over by, you know, putting this in correctly, but no, I did not screw myself over and put this in correctly. Or I didn't put this or insert it the incorrect way in particular. I inserted it correctly. There we go. So we're able to push through. That's a lot more quiet. No, we're gonna take the bottom foam out. Ad starts in 2 seconds. Oh no! Oh well, we don't know when the ads are gonna start, but we're gonna take out this. So no foamy. We're gonna use the bottom here, and this is gonna be fine. It is going to be. Oh Jesus Christ! That magnet just pulled so hard. Jesus Christ! That magnet pull. That magnet pull. Boom. There we go. Alright, so we're just gonna... Yeah, we're just gonna use this. Yeah, we're just gonna allow it to resonate and come back up and then go through the foam so that we get a lot of the high frequencies cut out and we get a lot more of the lower frequencies to go pass through. Okay. Not that this is thick enough to get a lot of the lower frequencies. But I think I'm gonna like this sound a little better. Oh, okay. So we're gonna do that. That's through. And now I don't think there's any other issues. So we got this here. Oh, we can access the little dip switch from here, so we're fine. Okay, so we got this. Okay, so no real issues in terms of the fit. It is squishing down a little bit, so that's fine. There is a little bit of tilt, but I think we're fine. I don't think we have any weird issues with it sitting properly. All right, so no weird issues. We're just gonna push this through and hope to the gods that it doesn't fall down. Don't fall down, switch. All right. All right, boom. Again, we're not gonna screw these all of the way because if we screw it in all of the, oh, there it is, ad break. All right, we'll be right back. But if we screw this in all of the way, it can create issues. And by can, I mean can. I don't mean will. There we go. Okay. Alright, ad break has ended. Alright, so what I was saying right before the ad started was, you see those four corners? We're going to not screw them in completely, but we're going to press down and then we're going to screw them in a star pattern. So one here, one there, and then one here, and then one there. What I did notice though is, you see this corner, this right-hand corner? That right-hand corner, I had an issue right here, sorry. That right-hand corner screw, I had an issue where it is pressing against those two switches. So the head of the screw, you might have to push it through a little bit or finagle it a touch. Not very nice, but I get it because this is standard spacing for the actual switches. I do wish that the screw was a little inwards. That way it would have made sense regardless. Okay, here's the thing. Do I want to put Photo G or do I want to put GMK Cosmos? Because I think GMK Cosmos would fit lovely with these. Like, I think GMK Cosmos would have been nice But I do want to put Photo G on it because it's like a black and then you have the vintage look over it. Black and brown though, I don't know. I don't really have time though is the thing. Maybe next week we're gonna swap them over. So we're gonna swap them over next week. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna swap them over next week, but this week we're just gonna use Photo G. All right? We're gonna use Photo G. I say Photo G, but I think it's Photog, right? And this says Luna on it as well. All right, so we're gonna do that. Like, look at that. Look how lovely that is, man. Don't miss any more beautiful moments. Aw, how nice. How nice. Okay. That is wholesome. That is wholesome. Ooh. Do I want the browns? Or do I want something else? You know what? We are going to use the translucent keys. So we're going to use the translucent keys first. So I think it's this one. That has the translucent section. So we have the space bars. So I'm going to use the space bar. I don't know which space bar is this. Is it this one? Or is this the much wider one? I think this is the wider one. On the right hand side. Oh yes, the right hand side is the much wider one. Yep, it rattles. It's a rattly section right there. Woo! It's rattly. Not good. That is not. Ooh, that was not fun. That wasn't the most fun. Alright, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's not good. Like me shaking this in. There we go. Alright, so we're gonna do is we're doing the QWERTY section first. So let's do the QWERTY section. Actually, PI. There we go. Oh, I just realized some of it is in here. So the right hand side. So we're gonna use backspace. So this is backspace. This is gonna be pipe. So we're gonna put pipe in first. Oh, okay. Backspace. We're gonna put this there. So this is gonna be here. Boom. So if I hold this. Yeah, no, it definitely needs to be lubed before you actually build it. But that's fine. That's fine. Boop, here. I'm liking this. I like how this sounds. If only they were tactiles. Like, straight up, I wish they were tactiles. That's all I really wish right now. Like, oh my god. If only you were tactiles. Dude, tactiles, I swear to god, they're... I just like how the tactiles feel, alright? Quite literally, more than linears. I get the whole linears, like, oh, you don't need more than a linear. I'm like, no, you don't need more than a linear. But that's like saying you don't need more than a Ferrari. I'm like... Oh, sorry, a sedan. And you're like, yeah, but a Ferrari is good too. Like, you don't need any of this. Let's be real. Oh, wait. Why did I do that? Why did I do that? That's stupid. Why did I put the tilde key? This, here, the backspace. We're gonna go to the rest of it first, and then start from there. The rest of it first, and then move backwards. Alright. So we have the minus 0. Boom. Let's move to the other side. Let's move to this guy while we're doing this. Yeah, you guys see a little bit more. There you go. Yeah, one of the things I don't like about these highly split keyboards is I think the letter Y, because sometimes, depending on the word, I would split where I put my Y. I use the right-hand side most of the time, and then one time when I'm doing something like M and then a Y, you know, or NY, so I just boop, use my left hand to go to the Y, and I go, no! There's no Y there. Why? That's a bad joke, but, you know, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Oh, damn. Okay. Oh, you know what? I guess I could tell story time while I put all of these in. I went to the P&E quite recently. I think I was saying this earlier. I went to the P&E and I did most of the rides. It's crazy. I did most of the rides. It was a work trip, so work provided like oh, hey, you guys were doing a good job last month and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, one of the what's it called? One of the founders is here, so let's have the founder have fun. We don't want the founder to just be like, so how about we let the founder have fun? Founder didn't come. The founder didn't go. Like, don't get me wrong. Didn't go. Oh yes. All right. I was gonna use the tilde. Tilde key. The founder didn't go, but we had fun regardless. And holy moly, the rides have upgraded. I remember there was this roller coaster ride that all it does is go up and down and have like this weird like fast turns. And back in the day, when I was still able to ride it, without a seatbelt, and yes, there was no seatbelt. You just had this bar that you hold on for dear life. You were just holding on, hoping to God that yes, you were not going to fly off. You were just not gonna fly off, and you're like, now they give you a seatbelt, and there's like this crank thing that goes all the way down, so you weren't gonna actually fly off. And I went, oh man, I missed the old ride. The old ride just had handles, and you just held on, and it was fine. And holy Jesus, I don't know if it was the weight of the thing that they were using now or whatnot. Dude, I was about to fly off my seat. Like, I was just holding on for dear life. And at one point, I felt the seatbelt push really hard against my abdomen. And I went, oh, I would have flown out. That's how you know I would have flown out. I would not have been able to hold on to that whatsoever. I would have flown right out of my seat. Guaranteed. Because I felt that. I just felt myself go, oh my God, wham! And then I hit the bottom there. And I think it is the difference in the weight of the actual carts, because that drop was much harder and that rise was much harder. So it was like, oh, okay. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. That's a no from me. That is a no from me, sir. Like, nope. How about nope? Okay, where is the shift? I want a nice shift. Oh, there's the arrow keys. So let's grab the arrow keys here. Yeah. No, the arrow keys is crazy right now. Arrow keys. Yeah, but I was literally being shoved up and down this thing. I was being shoved up and down. I was like, oh my God. At that one point where I felt that, felt that line on the belt, like just shoving itself into my abdomen, I just went, no. I see why they require seatbelts now. Because me holding on for dear life on this roller coaster, just going like, trying not to lift myself off the seat. I didn't make it. Boys, I didn't make it. I did not make it. Okay, so what do I put here? That's a real question. So we have 1, 2, 3. I will put over here the... I mean, technically it is backspace. It's not the correct backspace though. Yeah, I might just put backspace here because there is a backspace section. So I have backspace. I guess you can't see it because it's relatively small, but I have backspace. So I might just put backspace as you can see it over there. So that would be the backspace. Oh, that doesn't fit at all. That is much lower, but that's fine. Okay, let's test this a little bit. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I hear it. Don't get me wrong. I was listening to recordings from this mic. Doesn't do it justice. It does not do it justice. It is close, but no cigar. Close, but no cigar. Unfortunately. Okay. What is the size of the shift? That is the wrong shift because this is too small, right? And then this shift is probably it. No, that's too big now. What size is the shift? Because, yeah, no, because that can go either or. So that's, I'm gonna put function in the bottom. There, I'm gonna put function in the bottom. Yeah, did I put function in the bottom? Does that look nice? I don't think that looks nice. That doesn't quite look where I want it to be. Like, if you look at that, it was just this and then all that. I don't know. I don't know. It's just not built for a split keyboard layout. No. Oh, wait. We have the other ones. We have this one. We have this one. Where is it? Oh, okay. Okay, we might have something. We might have something here. Okay. So we have the Golden Gate Bridge. Yes, we will put the Golden Gate Bridge on the bottom there. All right, so we're gonna put the Golden Gate Bridge over there, and then we're gonna put this one. No, that's way too small. That is actually too small. That is too small. Do I have a slightly bigger one? What size is that? What size is it? Because these are all the same. Like, if I put this here, like, it's not quite it either. Like, if I show you the top down, that's not it. That is not correct. This is not the correct sizing. Even if I moved it to the right, it's not the correct sizing. This is way too big, as you can see. The fish is the same size as that. No, it's not it either. Maybe this guy. This guy fits. No, it isn't. Maybe this guy. Maybe this guy fits. Kind of does, but not really. No, it's way too big. It is way too big. What do I do? What is that size? I don't know what size it is. I really don't. Oh no. Page up, above, no. This one. Control. Yeah, this is a large control though. That is not it. Oh, that is it. This is the size. That is backspace. Oh no. I don't want it. No, that is not right. What? I want the right one. Give me something. Give me something here. So we have tab and caps lock. Enter. We do have a shift. That is not the right shift either. I'm looking specifically for a shift that is for that right hand side. So control is currently the closest that we have right now. Okay, control is the closest that we have right now. So we're gonna pull that out anyways. And we're gonna see if it's anywhere here. Because the set is specifically... Yeah, no, the set is specifically for a full-size keyboard. And I think control is the biggest thing that can fit as a shift key. Yeah, I think that's the only thing that can fit as a shift key, unfortunately. Tab, caps lock. The tab key is totally different too. Right? Like the tab key is for a short tab, not a regular tab. Unfortunately. There's the enter key. No, we don't have it. Oh, that is unfortunate. I don't think we have anything with that shift section. Like, that's not... We do. It's a red shift. It's a red shift, though. That's not it. None of them are it. Red shift? Really? We're just gonna have a red shift? Oh, that's crazy. Man! Red shift. Oh, actually, a red shift's not bad because we have a red piece right here. So it just kind of balances it out. But I don't. Do I want to do? Do I want to do? I don't. It's shiny too, so it's like, I mean, like, there, I guess. I don't know. I feel like it ruins it. I genuinely feel like it ruins it. feel like it kind of just ruins it, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god. No. No. It's not. It's not there. It's not there. I don't even have a B. Like looking at it, I don't think I have a B either. Okay. Oh no. Oh. Oh my god. Maybe you put end here instead. I think end here makes more sense. All right, we'll put end instead. Let's put end here instead. That I think makes a lot more sense than what we have currently. Oh my god, that's not even split. Do I have to split this myself? Jeez. Oh my god. I'll grab that and then pull it. There we go. And then, yeah, because either or, we're just gonna put control on it. If that's the case, we might just put the control on it. Because I do honestly think the red is a little much. The minus isn't quite it either. But I'm gonna put end on the right hand side. That makes more sense. Right? Yeah. End makes more sense. There we go. It makes a lot more sense. Okay. Boom. Oh wow, I'm still here? Yes, I'm still here there. Okay. Yeah. Oh my god, see, like, as you can see, I finished half a keyboard. I finished an entire half of a keyboard. Yeah. You're not a fan of those colors? No, neither am I. I think, honestly, like, this isn't quite the aesthetic you should be going for this keyboard, but we went for it. I don't hate it, but I just don't think it's. I don't think it's it quite matches. I have a better match. We'll probably do it next week just because I can. And stop this. This orangey brown with bright red is not it, bro. No, it is not. Like, even if I remove that, like look at the black and brown. Like this was because I couldn't find anything, right? Like, this is not it. Don't get me wrong. I don't like this. But that's that is there. Period. What do you want, 6B? Oh my god. Digging through the trash. What are you, a trash panda? Okay. Oh my god. See, that it sounds good though. Sounds good though. All right, we're gonna do the left hand side. I don't know about that shift though. This color combo. Oh my god. All right, we're gonna do that. Okay. Let's push this down first. Boom. Push that one down. Where was this? I do have the thing for it, so let's grab that. Grab this, and we're gonna put this to the side as we usually do. Boom, to the side. I don't know why the cat is over here. They're just there. Oh, is it because they took their spot? All the boxes took their spot, dude. Oh, I'm so sorry, Zerkby. Well, we'll move it a little bit to the side, and maybe we'll have enough space to, you know, rest your little pawsies there. There you go. You want to go over there? Do you want to go over there? No? Is that a no? No, but this sounds. Okay, whatever. I'm ho-ho-hoing the sound way too much. All right, let's pull these out, and then we can start doing those ones as quick as possible. All right, and then hopefully we'll be done quite quickly. Maybe part of it's because I was yapping a little much. Maybe it was a little too yappy yapperson. Who knows? Who knows? Alright. Okay. Come on, grab those. Jeez. Oh, it's still not there. She needs the whole bed? What do you mean she needs the whole bed? They don't need the whole bed. There you go. Okay. Bottom here. And then they got the top. Is there one more screw? I feel like there's supposed to be 4. Cause the right hand side had 4. The left hand side should have 4. But yeah, I'm getting a pull. Oh. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. Look, this is the 4th screw. So if you're getting lost where the 4th screw is, yeah, that's where that is. You just boop that little bit here and pull her out. She's a cat. She needs the entire space. What do you mean she needs the entire space? No. She does not need the entire space. She just needs enough space to get her through the day. All right. She does not need the entirety of the space. Okay. 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 All right. Again, so we're going to use the PCBs, which is over here. All right, PCB, and we're gonna go with the foam up top. Foam up top, not in the bottom. We're not gonna go with the middle one, so we're gonna remove the middle one. I feel like if I want the sound signature that, if I was to get the sound signature I need, I'd remove this one, and then I'd have this only. But that's just me. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Ooh, maybe I should have used this. Nah. Didn't foam anyway. Boom. Boom. On. Is this wireless? I'm pretty sure this is not even wireless. Okay, and this one is here. And then there. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna put in the stabilizer. Okay, she wants the entire space. Okay, buddy. Like, that doesn't mean I'm gonna give it to her. Alright? She wants the entire space. She can have most of the space. She just can't have all of the space. You know? Like, I can't be in 2 places at the same time, and neither can she. Right? So, she's gonna have to live with it. Unfortunately. Okay. So this is gonna be the most annoying part of the build, effectively, where it's just rattlesome for the build. So, who will? I don't like this rattly build, but we're gonna do it next week. We're just gonna take it apart, put in the Cosmos, and from the Cosmo, we're gonna be able to get something out of it. I think PhotoG would work very well with that specific keyboard anyways, so we're gonna swap them around and we'll be fine, and we will be fine. Like, you hear that, right? Like, it's just so rattly. It is crazy rattly, but whatever. This is the default experience, sadly default. So we're gonna have to unfortunately go for it. Alright, time for the disappointment of the rattly stabs. We shall rattly stabs it away. It is my keyboard anyways, so don't you dare hit me up with the, oh, but what if? No. But what? No. But no. Just no. Okay, so there's this thing. I don't know what this is for. I did see it across the right hand side of the keyboard where there was like a certain section that has something like this. But I'm gonna just assume that it is a spare as usual. So that is a good thing. We are missing one. We are missing one of these bad boys, the fins. This is the diffusor fins. It is a lot more translucent, like I said, than something like the Neo's Ergo. And we have screws, so we're gonna take all of this out first, just to make sure that we have everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 of those. And we should be fine. So that's literally 3 spares for everything. I don't even know why they give 3 spares instead of like 2, 1 each side. But no, I guess we're just getting all of it, I suppose. Alright. Putting this through. I made this mistake last time. Now, we're going to push it through correctly. No more mistakes here. Make the mistake once. Fool on me. Shame on me, I think is the right word. Oh, hey, look. Ad starts in a little bit here, so we're going to push that through. I'm going to drink some water and continue this right afterwards because I'm a little thirsty. I'm not going to lie. My throat is parched. Incredibly so. Which means I will be right back after these ads. Alrighty then, that means the break has ended. I don't know, what were we talking about before the break there? Oh wow, then that should be as usual. Alright, we were talking about something during that break. I have no idea. I have no idea what we were talking about during the break. Alright, I was talking about the panini at one point, wasn't I? Yeah. The fair food was, fair food. It was quite literally like, that is both disappointing and pleasurable at the same time. I wanted to get mini donuts and I did not get mini donuts. I feel like a fool. I'm not gonna lie. I should have gotten mini donuts, but sad. I didn't get mini donuts. But then again, mini donuts are just carbs. Mini donuts are not very good for you. But as long as you only eat them when you go to the fair and you don't go to the fair all the time, I think you're good. Especially when you don't have access to mini donuts constantly. Imagine having, access to mini donuts constantly. That's gotta be crazy. That's gotta be a lot. That has to be way too much for the normal person because that is literally carbs with sugar and a crap ton of sugar just because of all of that. They're shutting down Almutana? No! That's where you used to get mini donuts! What? To be fair, there isn't much there anymore. Even back in the day, it was kind of a ghost town over there. Not gonna lie. But I did love the library, like the bookshop, not the library, the bookshop. They had a bookshop over there and lovely bookshop. It was a nice one. Fried mini donuts. Yeah, this is the one stall in like the second floor. It was not even a stall. It was kind of like a moving thing, but it was just on wheels. But they never moved it. It was just kind of there, and they would just close it down. And you're like, I guess there wasn't a space for to get seats or something. All right, Oh, that was great. I remember that. Man. Well, that's fine as long as it gets replaced by something eventually. Because I know almutana, and then you get to pick what sugar or cinnamon. Yeah, you get to pick whether you wanted just regular sugar, cinnamon sugar, or powdered sugar. You're like, yeah, and then you realize that just they're all sugar. Like it didn't matter what you chose. It was sugar, sugar, or sugar. Like you had a choice of what type of sugar you were getting, but you weren't getting anything healthy regardless. Not that donuts were healthy to begin with, but man, can you imagine? I would like my sugar with a side of cinnamon, please. I would like my sugar with a side of donut. Imagine. I would like my cinnamon with a side of donut. Oh my god. And they screwed up. And the screwed up part is that they're forcing the resident out of the apartments as well. Oh. And they do it by cutting off electricity and water? Oh, that's not... Well... That's not a nice thing to do, but what else are you supposed to do, right? Like, you can't really do anything about it. I mean, it's their land, I suppose, but... Damn, damn. Why you do this? That's a bad move. That's a villain move. But at the same time, if they didn't leave, they were like, hey, by the way, you have until this date to leave. Then they're like, okay, we'll leave during that date. And they're like, no, we're not. But if they're like, no, we're not leaving by that date, they're like, oh, well, we're not paying for your electricity, buddy. Like, we're just gonna leave. Like, what do you expect us to do? It makes sense. It makes sense in the way where you're going, well, I can't not do nothing, but at the same time, I'm gonna be the villain for doing it, right? Mm-hmm. So the landlord shouldn't have renewed the residents' contracts until 2020. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, that's crazy. Oh my god. They had renewed the contract, so yeah, you fight that. You go like, hey, the contract said 2028. Like, what happened, right? Why didn't we get it until 2028? They were supposed to get it until 2028, and they did not get it till 2028. Obviously, if they're being kicked out right now, that means right now is not 2028. It is not 2028 yet. Why are they now being kicked out? So yes, they do have a legal grounds to go, hey, by the way, we're supposed to be here. And at least if they can get reimbursements, they should be fine in terms of reimbursements, right? Like, but I get it that they're supposed to be there. But if they went, oh, change of plans, you just change plans too. You gotta be fluid. You can't go, oh, you can't do this to us, it's not great. You can, but at the same time, you might as well look at the whole backup and go, but if they don't, and they screw us over, we should have a plan to get out of here. And it seems like they did not have a plan to get out of here, but the other party had a plan to get them out of there. So that is crazy. They're like, they don't want to leave, so we're gonna do what we gotta do. And unfortunately, what they had to do was a really, really ethically questionable, well, not even questionable, ethically abhorrent move. Yeah, it's not even questionable. It's just, why? Why would you do that? That's horrible. You know? Damn. That felt sticky. That didn't feel. Oh! Right. Putting that through. Did not feel anywhere good. Oh, no. What was that? I felt that go through. It did bend. It really did bend. Oh my god, let's just put this through the side. It makes it a little bit better, you know? No, wait, you're not looking at the same exact thing repeatedly. So we are good here. They're all fine. Yeah, okay. They're all fine, and then now we can just put the rest of it in. Yeah, but that's all you know. You haven't really been updated since. Oh no, damn. That's not fun. Well, at least you're not from that area. Because if you were from that area, you would be freaking out right now. Don't get me wrong. There's much worse places to be as usual, including that area. Who's not getting electricity right now? That's for sure. That's not a fun thing to go through. Trust me. It's not fun, but you're gonna figure it out at one point and go, yep, we found a place to go at the very least. As much as you want to fight to stay where you are, there's always something you kind of have to do, unfortunately. Yeah. I don't know. Right now, I did notice that even on something like on YouTube, and I've only recently started reading the comments once in a while, I did notice that a lot of the sentiment on YouTube and a lot of the places that I go to, for example, recently I've been trying to get into a little bit of Instagram, a little bit of Twitter, a little bit of Blue Sky, a little bit of everything, and it was just like, it's not... A lot of the sentiment seems negative, and I've always heard relatively positive things out of it, and I go, is this really what it's about? Am I just in the wrong part of town kind of thing? Man. The city was demolishing all of the old buildings, so they're basically renovating the old section. To be fair, it is the capital, and the capital kind of looks not that great. Not gonna lie, when the outskirts are starting to look much better than the main city, that's when you go, yeah, maybe we start renovating things. Maybe, just maybe, we start making this look good. You know? So yes, I understand the sentiment where they go, we need to get rid of these people. We need to get them. Push them through, make sure we get everything well done, and that would be great. But no, you can't do that without some sacrifices, unfortunately, and one of the sacrifices is the people living in there. So yeah, that is crazy. Oh, that's why. I was like pushing it, and I was like, no, that doesn't feel right. Alright, though these kale hot swap sockets, I swear, the capital was basically the slums, to be honest. Oh no. Well, it did give off that vibe. Not gonna lie, it did give off that vibe, but it was still the busiest place ever. It was awesome and horrible simultaneously, but it was awesome. I remember going through the streets, hitting up a bunch of restaurants once in a while, and it was like, oh, the restaurants were so good. They were both crap and so good simultaneously, and they weren't the crap that you would find here in North America, where it would just taste like cardboard. You would go there, it would taste kind of crap, but by crap I mean it was staler than normal, but other than that, it still tasted good. It wasn't bad by any means. It was just not as fresh as you wish it was, and that's literally it. It wasn't too bad of a complaint, right? Over here, everything tastes like cardboard when you go to like fast food or anything similar. And it's quite sad, I'm not gonna lie. It was quite sad, and I wish that wasn't the case. But, man, North America should really step up their game. Not to mention, most of the... Oh, what's it called? Yeah, they cook too big of a batch to save on money and time and, labor costs. That's why it was a little cheaper there too. And it ends up being like, oh, big batch. But yeah, no, the flavors were fine. It was just the big batch probably made it so that it was not quite as fresh as it could have been. So it was just simmering off through the night or something like that, right? Like it's not, but yeah, no, 100%. But I used to go there, Old Haunts. They have some lovely restaurants in there. The vibe was great. It was always or almost always busy, depending on the work day. So yeah, obviously during the workday, absolutely nobody was there. Absolutely nobody was there. So it was like, oh, lovely. Seats for free. Let's go. We have no issues. Yeah, it was great. It was great. It was great until the new buildings attacked. The new buildings, no. Oh, goddamn. We need to build all these buildings, no. Yeah. But unfortunately, the cheap shawarmas, they use bread instead of caboose. Yes. Oh my god. It was like, oh, you would go and you would buy it. You're like, oh, I thought they would use caboose. Caboose. Oh my god. But yeah, no, I remember that. That is some ridiculous thing. I'm like, oh, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. Honestly, if you did mushako with that, and that's what I would always buy, because mushako 100% tasted better that way. I'm not gonna lie, I think mushako tasted better that way with the regular white bread instead of kubus. I think it did, honestly. However, you know, people have their own opinions. People have their own opinions, unfortunately. So it's not like we have a homogenous state of being that everyone just agrees on everything. Yeah, if that was the case, we would never have had 2 world wars. And quote unquote be on the edge of 3. A lot of people say we're on the edge of 3, but I don't know about that. I think we're already in 3. It's just not the guns blazing type of war. It's just, you know, economic trade war. So it ends up being, oh, no one knows it's happening, but it definitely is kind of vibe, unfortunately. Okay, boom. That clicked. It went through. But you know what? Because we have the things over here, like, is this it? Is that it? No, that's not it. This one's it. I think. I believe I can fly. Okay. We can just do this one. I think, yeah, let's do this one. Let's push this through and see how this sounds. I lied. Push this through. Push this through. Push this through. All right, so there's like a thin layer of foam now. Let's see how this goes. Oh, nope. The legs. The legs. Your mic's a bit too loud. I don't know if I was your voice here and there. Your music? Oh, the music. Oh, I forgot to bring it down. There you go. That's the normal section of the music. Earlier, I just pushed it up because I was like, going on break. So like here, have some music. The way it's not horrible. But I guess I made a mistake because I'm an idiot. Oh, I don't know what that's for, but oh. But yes. Oh my god. Yeah, you know, the 100%. If you are gonna get regular bread, just get kubus. Sorry, get a shawarma. Just get kubus. Kubus is the best. You cannot beat kubus. 100%. I mean, you can beat it. It's just with a better kubus. That's the catch. Oh my god. But yes, unfortunately, we are so close here. We are so close. We just have to finish this off. Oh my god. Blue cheese with whatever that is. I think the black and brown, I might just move it to the control, honestly, instead of this weird section here. Ugh. The bread was nice. It was a nice change, but it does dry out the mouth. Yeah, I could see that. I just don't think it really mattered that much for at that point, because you were quote unquote getting the cheap stuff, right? It was the same price. Like, don't get me wrong. If I remember correctly, it was the same price. It was a ruba, but regardless. I know because I haven't been there for such a long time that the prices have changed, and I'm not gonna get that nostalgia. But holy, I think it's still gonna be better than over here. I'm not gonna lie. I still think it's gonna be better. Plus, they serve you, quote unquote, they serve you free bread, and here they serve you free water. Don't get me wrong, it's not the worst thing in terms of, you know, just going in, getting some refreshments and some food, and that's great. But the bread being free over here, they have such big expectations when they go to places like Old Spaghetti Factory, and they go, oh my god, the bread is free, the bread is so good. And I'm like, yo, this is just normal. Like, imagine every restaurant doing that. They're like, yeah, but it doesn't make it special. Like, that's the point. It's not. Well, Marush is 400 fills. Why did I change accent right there? All right, the Marush is now 400 fills, you think? Damn. I don't remember what the Marush is. Can you tell me what a Marush is? I could probably know what it was if you just handed it to me. I was like, oh, it's a Marush. but right now, my brain's just like, oh, what's a Marush? I have zero clue, like, genuinely. I'm like, I could have sworn I know what that is, but it doesn't seem like I do. It does not seem like I do. Alright, there we go. Put this down here. Do not fall. I hope you do not fall. Grab that. These are the extras. Push them to the side. We got this guy here. Oh my god. But yeah, holy V. We have the space bar. We're gonna do the space bar last, and the V is gonna be here. Yeah. Oh no, V's over here. I'm an idiot. No, that's B. This is V. Alright, V. ZXC. Yes, ZXC. Okay. So, whew. Jesus Christ. I was just like, V, ZXC? I don't know. Marush Restaurant. The most popular shawarma place in the corner in Salmia. It's the place. Probably that's why I don't know what it is. It's the place. Boo. I didn't know it was the place. God damn it. God damn it. I don't know, man. I wasn't a particular fan of any particular place. Too heavily. That's the thing. I wasn't too heavily into that, right? I wasn't too heavily into that stuff. But, damn. Sometimes you just know a place is so good. Like, for example, what was that? There was a... Was it Vietnamese or a Thai place right next to this hotel? Like, literally at the corner of the city, at the outskirts. Like, you went to this hotel, and there was literally nothing next to it. That you would literally have to drive out, or get a taxi out, just to go somewhere that made sense to go to. Because I remember that. That was weird. It was like, you had to go such out of your way. It was like, damn. Oh my god. Like, how do you do that? Like, what do you do? What is there? You know? There was literally nothing there. Okay, so we have this. This is gonna be the hard part. Okay, so we have the caps. We have one. We have that. We have here. All right, so we need. Okay, so we need tab. Do we have a regular tab? No. Is tab over here? No. Okay. So we just have tab over here. Okay. Is this correct tab? No, this is a smaller tab. What? Why? Why you do this to me? Keycap set. Keycap set? How dare you? How dare you, keycap set? No, it's caps lock. The tab is in red. The tab is in red, guys. No. No. Okay, you know what? Tab is one of these guys. I bet you Tab is one of these guys. Tab is going to be... Where's step caps? I remember seeing step. I have step, 100%. There we go. Step caps. And the tab. Oh my god, I found the tab. I found the tab. Oh, it's right there. I'm just an idiot with the rest of the novelties. Whew. Swiping is failing you. Well, Oriental Thai. Oriented Thai. Ah, yes, I have oriented my thigh very specifically. Oh my god, can you imagine? Orienting your own thigh in such a manner. Well, you can walk to the Mosslook Shark from Oriental. Well, yes, but for most people, that's a walk. If you know what I mean, that's a walk. You just did a walk. Like, yeah, he's like, oh, that's a walk. You know, that's not, oh, let me just do this for fun walk, right? There we go. We got the bird, we got the capsule, we got the tab. Oh, we got this is cool. Oh, yes. I understand that you sent it to me. I don't have a B. I do not have a B. I do not have another B. I hate it. I don't like that I don't have that B. Alright. Now, let me see if this one of these space bars fit on this right hand side. Oh, they do. Nice. It's not bad. There's a little bit of a tick, but it's a 10-minute walk if you walk fast enough. That's the problem. Right? Most people don't walk fast enough or walk fast. That 10-minute walk is a 20-minute walk for most people. Don't get me wrong. But still, like, I don't know. Most people would not be able to do that. Most people would just go, ugh! Most people would just go, nope. It ain't happening. It is not happening, you know? If you understand what I mean. Right? Most people would just keel over and decide, no, I'm not doing it. I'm just, no, oh, no, we need a small one. That's a bigger one, that's a small one, I need another. Way too small. There we go. Yes, boom. No, we're gonna take this out, that way we don't have two weird camera sections. We're gonna take that one out, and where'd it go? There we are. I don't know. For the longest time, I thought a 30-minute walk was okay. And then turns out, most people, when you say 30-minute walk, it's like, oh, that's too long. You should just take the bus. Like, what bus, buddy? What are you talking about? Like, I don't know what you're talking about, but apparently there's a bus. As per your indications. What do I put here? Put a thing, and then I put a camera, and then so instead of a camera, we're gonna put I don't know. We put another landscape question mark, because that was landscape, that was camera, and then I put. No, I can't put the fish. Can I put this? I don't think I can put this. Can I put the cat? I'll put the cat. Yeah, let's put the cat. No, the cat is way too big. The cat is way too big. This is way too small. I mean, I could put two of them. It's not the worst thing. Yeah, I don't hate this in particular. Just two landscapes and a camera and a bird. Yeah, not the worst. I'm just missing a B. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like they gave us an extra B. That is weird. Why would they not give us the extra B? No. No extra B? Sad. There is an extra B, but it's the regular coloration. It's not the one with... Yeah, no, it's only the regular coloration. They don't give you the other one. Alright, so we just have a regular B, I guess. Boom. It doesn't, you know, stick out too much though. If I look from the top. Yeah, it doesn't stick out too much. It's not that bad, so to speak. Oh, wrong one. All right, it's not that bad. All right, let's do this and let's. Oh, right. Page up, page down. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to test them. But a 1 hour walk is near still. Hey, look. Like I said, most people, they don't. 30 minutes is way too long. Most people, not doing it. All right. Anyway, ad starts in about 30 seconds. I'm gonna run it, and I'll be right back after I drink more water, cause it's getting hot in here. All right, I'll be back. All right, so I'm back. I have returned. Yes. But no. No. People say, oh my god, it's just an hour walk. Over here, they're like, oh my god, it's an hour walk. Let's just take it Uber. Don't get me wrong. It is normal for me to walk for an hour or two, but people just consider that a hike. Right? You're like, nope, I don't want to do a hike today. I'm like, okay. Because that is what is considered the bare minimum of a hike. Alright, so we have this stuff inside. So, actually, before going too much further, and me realizing I kind of screwed up because I do not have the, what's it called? I did not connect and test out the entire thing before going through. I just kept plowing through as I talked. And this is where I go and say, hey, by the way, you know how I told you earlier that, yeah, you kind of need to slow down and do things. This is one of them, right? So you got that. You have this guy, right? You have the wires right here in such a precarious position where it might screw you over. You unplug them. Right? You take them, you plug them in. Okay, maybe not, maybe that specific order. Boom, and then you have that lovely thing. Wait, this is right hand side, yeah. Boom, right hand side. Boom, and then this one. Nope. Boom, and same with this guy. Right hand side. Oh, Jesus Christ, that literally grabbed on. You saw that? It just went boom. Like, it's not going anywhere, guys. That is not going anywhere. You are screwed. If you do that, you are screwed. I totally forgot to lower the music yet again. All right. There we go. Boom. And then now we connect this over here and go on via. Oh, it's lighting up. USB device not recognized. Malfunction and Windows does not recognize it. No. What is going on? It says it does not recognize it. We're gonna have to plug it back in, I guess. Ooh, I forgot to remove that section. Okay, so we can plug it back in. So it's receiving power right now, and we're gonna go and boom. Then we're gonna grab you. Malfunction and does not recognize. What do you mean? What is happening? If I hit the Windows key, does anything happen? If I hit this. No, it's not recognizing it at all, buddy. Not a recognizable thing. Not recognizable. What do you mean? Okay. Let me pull this up. Do I have a USB-C cable that I have handy? Kind of. Not really. Where's a good USB-C? Well, technically that was the good USB-C. Well, I can pull this out real quick. Give me that. Thank you. Yes, this is the i5 Valkyrie. Don't worry about it. Okay, put that back down and put it right there. Boom. Okay. all right. Now we're gonna take this. We're gonna connect you directly into the hub thing. Boom. We're gonna take you and we're gonna connect you directly into this guy. There we go. Setting up a device. You're setting up the QK Alice. All right, setting it up. Set up and it's ready to go. We're gonna hit this. Oh, it uses. Okay. Via. All right. Does it automatically spot? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nope. No key tester. Unfortunately, it does not. So we're just gonna have to do this here. All right. Yep, we got him. Oh my god, no issues. Okay. All right. H. Mr. H. Right shift. Oh, that is indeed what it is. All right. Oh, that's Alt. Okay, and that's space. And this is space. They're both space. All right. Left Alt, left control, Windows key. Yes. Left shift. Yeah. And that is also B. Oh my god. And escape. Alright, so what's this? Delete. Page up, down, and function. So delete, page up, down, and function. So let's do that. Let us grab that. Alright, so we have a couple of deletes here. Alright, let's do that. So we're gonna grab the delete right here. Delete, top delete, page up, like it said. All right, page up, so it's the higher one, page down, and then function, page down. Yeah, I think that other page up would have been better. No, yeah, we'll just use this as function. Yeah, let's try using this as function. That's a little tall though. Yeah, no, that's fine. I think it's fine. I think we're good. We just need to do the RGB. We can set the RGB to like a better lighting scheme afterwards. But look at that. Oh, look at that. Look how nice that looks. Oh, then we can just unplug these things. Oh, look how lovely that is. Oh. Damn, I don't even know what that front piece is for, but damn. Look at that. And the right hand side. Okay. Boom. Alright. Jeez, look at that. Everything's crazy. Okay, so everything works, so we don't have to really do anything, but we can mute the music. Alright, we're muting music. And now we can actually test what this sounds like. And we're gonna spread it apart a little bit so that we're getting the full, like, oh my god, where's the keys are experience, right? Okay. Oh, wait, no. Oh, that's space. That is space, and that is, oh no. I haven't figured this one out yet. Right, and the shift is as far as the Neo. But now, because I'm using the quote-unquote Neo style, okay. So we can just do it this way. Yeah, no, ergonomic. Look at them wrists. They're no longer curling the way they're supposed to. There we go. All right, let's give it a go. All right, so again, this is the QK Alice with the blue cheese switches. I don't remember from which company they were made from, but they are the blue cheese switches. And they are factory lubed, I believe, if I remember correctly. And this is the Photo G or Photog keycap set, the translucent version. All right, let's give it a go. Oh my god, that was so bad. That was so bad. I was just like, What does this sound like? Honestly, this might take me a while to get used to. But holy crap, does this not sound too bad? Alright, let's talk about this for a little bit. One generation sows, the next shall reap, but laugh not too soon or praises heap. Beware the reapers who behind you creep. Yeah, don't celebrate too early. That's all it is. Okay. So first experience using the QK Alice. This is crazy. Oh, by the way, this is crazy. So I'm not even in tented mode here. So let's go with tented mode. That way it's a little, you know, we're using the full experience here, tented mode. And I'm not even using the wrist rest either. Boom, tented mode, no wrist rest. And that's fine. And the tented mode isn't that bad. So it just goes up. Is this the max? I wish it had like a positive click so that you know it's the max and you're not trying to like stretch it out too much, because like it feels like I might be stretching it out a little much. These cables are a little too long, don't get me wrong, but I get it if you wanted to be far apart from each other and you were just sitting there and you were all the way over here and you just wanted to use it. Makes sense, but even then, as you can see, it's already curling to a certain degree that it doesn't make sense to begin with. And then there is the rest of the keys. So if you go like 3, 6 there, it's, if you're looking at it, it's not that great. All right, it's, oh my god, let's take this out. It's not that great. You know, like I don't see myself using it in just like this position or like all the way out. I don't see why this is excessively long. I wish they came with either shorter cables, and by shorter cables I mean you could literally cut about 6 inches out of this and you can still get a good leeway. Honestly, I think you should be able to get a good leeway. Not only that, I don't know if these are regular pogo pins and then you can set them so that you can make your own and have some curls in it. Like if you made some curls in it, this might be fine. And then you have curl going out here and then downwards, and that makes sense. And then you just have it stretch going through instead of having this type of stiff cabling. It's not really very good. Okay, but kudos to them though, that they made a nice looking, like look at that. Like look how lovely that is. Like type of split keyboard, and it doesn't look like your regular Ergo, right? Push those through. All right, so we're gonna give this a shot. We're going to do that. Oh no, like we need it to be like, oh, we're typing inwards. Yes. There we go. Boom. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna give it another go here. Okay. But I think I'm not gonna do very well because I'm very much used to the left-hand side. Again, this is, despite being quote-unquote VIA compatible, they don't have that where it is compatible with VIA. I just realized, what do these buttons do? VIA. We're opening VIA again, and then we're gonna go over here, and then we're gonna press that button. I press the button. I press the button again. I press the button. I press the button again. We hit the caps lock. No, we're not. It's not a. Yeah, I don't know what these do. Oh wait, is that the RGB? Is that the RGB? Did I just destroy the RGB for some reason? Uh-huh. Ah, that's crazy. So that's just the RGB. Is that the RGB for the whole thing? I feel like it is the RGB for the whole thing. Okay, yeah, we'll just leave it be, but I guess that is just RGB there. I like that the button exists, but I don't really see any utility in it. Normally, I would have a split left shift, and I'd have the left shift be the RGB cancel, on or off. And I prefer them off in general, and then turn them on during the day, but I have them in a static color that matches the aesthetic of the board. Normally, people go, oh, RGB is not great. I'm like, no, RGB is great. You just have to select the color, use it, and just never change it. It's better than having to solder on LEDs of your specific coloration. Okay? So please don't crap on RGB. All right, here. All right, let's go. Give this another shot. Again, this is the QK Alice Duo, or sorry, this is the QK Duo with photography or photog keycaps from LazyCat? Yeah, from LazyCat. From LazyCat with the Blue Cheese V2 switches. The Blue Cheese V2 switches. All right, let's give this a go. Whew. All right, on to, and oh wait, do we have music on? No, okay, no music on. Good, good, good. No, no! I'm so bad. It sounds so bad, me just typing, because I couldn't figure out how to do this. Alright, so one of the few things, I will have to change this so that it turns into backspace, but I kept trying to be like, no, just use this. Use this, use this. But no, that is the case. Alright, so we're going to test this out real quick. Okay, okay. So it's not too bad because I can hit B on the right hand side and sometimes on the left hand side, but that's if I was doing bright, I guess I would do this left and right. So it's not the most ideal, but it does work. So if we go through top row. I do like how this sounds. Oh, wait, what does it sound like? So, let's see here. yeah, no, it sounds pretty normal to what I am listening to, but I need to increase the volume. And then give this another shot. I think I'm going a little too high. I really think I'm really going a little too high, but yeah, let's give this a go. All right, one more. Okay, it's actually pretty accurate to what I'm hearing. There's a little more low end than normal. But other than that, there's a little bit more top end than it would suggest going just by that. It could also be these earbuds. I'm not listening to music or anything or any sine wave sweeps or whatnot. But again, these aren't bad. Oh. What just happened? What did I do? I do not know. These are not bad. See? So, yeah, I like how this sounds, especially with the blue cheese switches. The V2s, at least. There's a red shift on the right-hand side. As you can see, there is that. But before we get any too far and make any verdicts, let's give this a shot with the wrist rests. The wrist rests are part of it. I did order wrist rests, so it should be fine. And then we're going to do this. We're going to take this out, and then we're going to go here, and boom. Where's that? Boom. And then we're going to go there, and then we're just going to make sure that it's great. As you can see, it matches lovely. It does match. All right, and then we're gonna go to the other side. Boom. Bring this up. Open that. Push it through. Boom. Boom. Wait, oh. Why does it feel like it's like falling or something? Oh, it's because of the rubber bumpers. They're not quite aligning. All right, and then I'll put that through. And then, yeah. There we go. There we go. And then boom, as you can see, now we have wrist rests. Ooh, the wrist rests are not bad. The wrist rests are not bad. It's nice to be able to rest my wrists on these. They're not bad. They are sloped on the bottom. So if you take a quick look, they are sloped at the bottom. So they have a nice little slope. These little pegs are actually pretty nice. They're not horrible, and because it is rubber gasketed in those sections, it doesn't rattle that much, like just trying to make it shake. So even if I did, right, boom, I'm just holding it by the metal sections. It doesn't shake, and I'm kind of scared it might fall on the keyboard itself. All right, boom, and that's nice. That is nice. You can just have it rest at the exact same angle as everything else, and you're fine. I don't hate this setup, although I do wish I had better keycaps on this. I would like the black on black on black, and then have this on the other keyboard. We're probably going to give that a shot next time, but that's a cool thing. Okay, so this, honestly, is kind of worth it. I do wish this was just a controller, and then we had a wireless module. If there was a wireless version of this, I would have been, chef's kiss. Honestly, if QWERTY Keys can make a wireless version of this, I would say 100% go for it. That, or am I misremembering and that this was actually they had a wireless version and I just didn't buy that one and I'm an idiot. But if they can figure out a way to make a wireless version of this, I would have done it. I would have been like, yes, please, thank you, just do it. Just do that and you'll be hunky-dory. It'll be great. It'll be amazing. And I don't see any reason not to. Like, for example, this cover, I'm just not ever going to remove that. That's fine. It's not crazy. The wire is definitely way too long, 100%. I wish they had other wire options. And if I remember correctly, there aren't any other wire options. They just give you the wire and they go, hey, would you like extras? And we're like, oh, okay, I guess. They don't have that section where you can go, yes, I would like a shorter cable. No, you just have the long cable and have it a day. I do like that it is long at the very least instead of being too short, because being too short is a problem in and of itself. Too long is more of an aesthetic, but you get, at least you get the whole section where, oh, it's a working keyboard, right? And then hopefully I get to test this on Mac eventually, and we will see if this is actually a how do I say it, a Mac compatible keyboard, which for the most part it is not. All right, so, or it doesn't say it is in particular, but we will find out. Let's give this another go here. I'm gonna go, oh wait, New York minute here. All right, lying here in the darkness, I hear the sirens wail. Somebody's going to emergency, somebody's going to jail. You find somebody to love in this world, you better hang on to the nail. The wolf is always at the door. Yeah, this again is the, take your time, but don't not rush it. Go figure things out, right? This is literally lying here in the darkness, I hear the sirens wail. Basically, he's at death's door. Somebody's going to emergency. That's the person. Somebody's going to jail. And someone like screwed him over. You find somebody to love in this world. You better hang on tooth and nail. Find someone, I guess, to find purpose with. The wolf is always at the door. You can die at any time. And that's literally it. All right, next test. And we'll give this another good go. See if we can break the 50 barrier, which we probably can't. But let's give this a go. Don Quixote. Woo. Okay, so we're getting the hang of it. We got past the 50. The less mistakes, the better. So we were starting there. We started literally with mistakes. Oh, and then we kept going. All right, I can see another issue with this. So if you put your mouse in the middle, there's that. Honestly, I can see this in a Mac setup. If you're so much more used to laptops, you might be able to get away by putting a trackpad in the middle and going, and then going here, and then just trackpadding for a little bit, going through, and then maybe trackpad to the right. I've done that before. I have this thing where I would put my arm here, like for example, if I go there, I would put my arm here, and then on my left-hand side, I just have a mouse, so I'm just using it in this manner, and it makes sense. So that is a thing that does happen, and yeah, no, I don't hate it. It is what it is. But I also have a mouse on the right hand side, so I just do this, I do there. No, I don't. Left hand side is actually when I go back, it's mostly for the commands on the left hand side. I think I'm gonna swap the left hand side to be something else eventually, but honestly, I think this keyboard is a great keyboard, and I don't hate it. The building was very easy, other than me yapping and going through, pushing things through. You can have issues such as putting the fins on the wrong way, forgetting to put actually the part of the diffusion layer up the top here. Like for example, get that. Pull this off real quick. All right. So that diffusion layer over here kind of gets forgotten, unfortunately. And you have this. The other problems you might have with something like this is you need the spacebar kits. So if you have a regular kit, you're gonna need spacebar kits. A lot of the times they don't include the spacebars in regular kits. In other words, make sure you buy a spacebar kit so that you can adapt your current keycaps to go through. Because I know when I can, I will buy the spacebar kits because I do like split spacebar, even if I'm using a full regular size keyboard instead of one of these halfers here, right? You get that, like, oh, look at that. Oh my God. Like, the side profile looks amazing. That looks gorgeous. Like, look at that. Side profile from left hand side looks gorgeous. There's a curve over here. I do like that. It's chamfered and cut inwards. The little section here, I don't know what that's for, or if there's any purpose to that, but that looks cool in general, as you can see. From the other side, as it, again, you see there's that curve. I do like how it curves in. So if it was on the desk, it does look good. So you put it here. Let's put it in the center here, so you can see a little bit. That starts in a little there. Let me take this out, like this out, and then if I put this over here, boom. As you can see, you don't really see the bottom, and it's fine. That is fine, but it does look quite nice. It does look quite nice. Oh yeah, you can see that orangish brown coloration there. Okay, boom, boom. All right. Anyways, it has been an excessively long stream for me. I'm gonna see you guys next time. Tomorrow is gonna be a photo stream. We're gonna try to take photos of this, maybe the other keyboard. We'll see. We already did all of the other things. I went to VBB or VBC, and it's awesome. And hopefully we get to do it next year. We didn't do pictures, we did video, so you'll see it when the VBC goes afterwards, and you should be fine. But anyways, I'm going to see you guys next time. So tomorrow, again, roughly about 9 to 10 Pacific Standard Time for the photo stream. We're probably going to try to do some photos and see what we can do with that. All right. Anyways, I'm going to see you guys next time. Make sure to have a nice one. Bye.